Welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's episode of Scully Productions, we need to take this car in to get a couple things fixed. We have a little running around to do. Not really a whole lot to do with this car, but you know, it's loud. We'll get a cold start. I mean, I have to move it anyway to get it off the lawn. And yeah, so we have to do some running around with the Celica. The Celica has an appointment this morning to get fixed. The Celica has an exhaust leak right about here, I think, where the downpipe connects to the mid-pipe. Well, yeah, right around this area. So that needs to get fixed because it sounds, well, you know, it's still a 4-cylinder, but it has a little bit of that tractor kind of idle when you start it up and when you're low in the rev. So I want to get that fixed because when it's properly, like when the system's going all the way at the back, it has a really like smooth, high-pitched sound, which I love. A lot of that's due to the Yamaha head on the 2ZZ. Let's get going. Which one do we start first? Do we start? Yeah, obviously. Nice, bright, early cold start. That one wasn't even bad. This car's had a lot worse cold starts. Well, a lot better, but a lot louder. Not sure you'll be able to hear this over the Bonneville. But yeah, at idle you can't really tell it has a leak, but like anything between like 1500 RPMs to 2500 RPMs, you can really hear kind of the 4-cylinder chop, chop, chop of it. You might be able to actually hear it now, but well, you know, they're both pretty quiet, so. So since I got the car back, I want to do 1,000 kilometers of braking on these new synchros and the new clutch. And so far I've done 500, I don't know if you can see that, I've done 526.1 of the 1,000. So we're just about over halfway, maybe in the next, I don't know, week or two, we'll finish the braking period up and then we can really go hammer down. I've ordered lift bolts for this engine because this engine is very overdue, needing its lift bolts changed. So there'll be a video doing that. If you guys know Mitch Duray online, Mitch Duray on YouTube and Instagram, he's actually been a huge help at finding those lift bolts for me because I think he's in Oregon somewhere or somewhere in the States. I'm not overly sure, but anyway, I'm in Canada and sometimes getting parts for cars isn't as easy as it is in the States. So basically none of the suppliers that I go to in Canada for parts have these specific lift bolts that I need. That was a decision. So he directed me to the right place that would have the parts, or would be able to supply me the parts that I need to get the lift bolts. I can get a valve cover gasket here in Canada, that's not a problem. But like really specific things like the lift bolts, I had to go, I had to ask him for some help as to where to find them. So anyway, those are on order, the valve cover gaskets are on order. Other than that though, like knock on wood, the car's been behaving itself since I got it back. I'm very happy with it. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, or at least I think I did, we're going to Connolly's muffler repair. They've helped me out with a bunch, well, all the cars pretty much. They've worked on pretty much every single one of my cars. They've done the Bonneville more than once, and they will be doing it again shortly. They've done the black Celica GT, and they've done the Celica, or no, they haven't actually done this car yet. So this is the first time my car, or the Celica, the GTS is at their shop. They're great guys. They always let me film in the shop when I ask. They're always extremely professional. They're extremely quick, but really good work. It's always nice getting to go to their shop and like spend money, but just because they're very nice people, they're always very polite, very friendly. So that's where we're going today. We're going to Connolly's just to have this exhaust leak just fixed up. You can kind of tell, like I can tell clearly through my ear, but the camera mic probably won't pick up like what I'm explaining very well. But essentially what it is the, sorry, I'm just getting through an intersection here. Basically what's going on is the Celica last summer when Sean and I first put the exhaust on, right here, the Celica had a very smooth sound, like very high pitch, or very smooth, like sports bike kind of sound. And the exhaust just through the winter time, I think, just the, like where they're connected, oh my God, can you tell it's early? Just where they're connected, it's just, I think it's loosened off a little bit, so some sound's leaking out of there. Not quite the same smooth sound as the beginning of last summer. So I just want that fixed up just so it sounds for this season. All right, so I'm here. Now what they're gonna do is we're gonna take this car, we're gonna pull it into that middle bay here where this truck's coming out of, and then I don't know how much I'll show. If Ryan shows up, because Ryan's not here right now, he's the one that always lets me film. If he shows up, then maybe I'll get some footage underneath, but. All right, so she's in there. I'm gonna have about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to kill, and we'll come back and get it. Not really anything worth seeing, just the, in the back there where Sean and I put the NVIDIA exhaust on. I think I've already tagged that video, so I can't tag it again. Basically, all that's happened is, just from over time, the gasket's just kind of worn itself loose because I'm so easy on my cars. So all we're gonna do is basically, you know, new gasket in there, it'll be all good. And then one thing we did find out actually is the exhaust was pressed right up against, like, you know, there's the exhaust channel that the exhaust sits in, and then it's isolated on rubber mount so it doesn't vibrate. Well, part of the exhaust was sitting right up on the edge of the fuel tank, on the metal support for the fuel tank. That's 100%. It's 100% when you drive the car and you feel the vibration in the rear. That's 100% was because the exhaust pipe was right up against the fuel tank. So I said, so me and, I can't remember his name, we're basically gonna, just one second, garbage truck. So basically I'm like, well, let's put some, or basically, sorry, the tech there is like, let's put some bends in the pipe just to get it away from the exhaust tank, which, you know, then you'll have no vibration and your exhaust also won't be up against your fucking exhaust tank. So that'll be really nice. I'm actually excited to see how it drives without the vibration now, because me, Trevor, Cam, and Sean, more so Trevor, Cam, and Sean, more so than me, because I tend to defend my cars to the hill, all talk about how the car vibrates for the exhaust. So I'm really, really hoping that eliminates it. I never even would have thought of that, but hey, what do you know? And while we're waiting for the car to be done, I thought I'd walk down here. Del Curry Park's over here. Quaker Oats Factory's down over here. I'm standing on one of the railway bridges. There's a pedestrian bridge over there. I think there's the railway bridge over here. Just thought I'd come over, just take a few minutes, just chill out for a little bit. It's like a 5-minute walk from the shop where the Celica's at. Just kill 20, 30 minutes and walk back over and get my car. But basically, what I told you is that the one gasket in the rear where the NVIDIA connects to the stock system, a little loose, so we're gonna tighten that up. And then the stock system behind the NVIDIA was rubbing right up against the metal bracket for the gas tank. So we're gonna make some bends, or sorry, I say we. Connolly's is gonna make some bends in the pipe to bring that off the gas tank, and I think that's gonna be the vibration issues when I drive the car with the windows up, which I don't think the camera really picks up. The rear end of the car has a real bad vibration to it, and that's 100% because the exhaust was vibrating on that side of the fuel tank, which a little nerve-wracking, but you know, we're okay, we're making it happen. It is a rather peculiar situation, because this side, if I fall, get wet. This side, if I fall, I'm either gonna hit my head off of iron rail or ties, so not ideal either way, but you know, we're making it happen. And I'm also walking on a riveted steel bridge, so it's amazing. So we're just gonna try and keep it pointed up right up here. I'm just trying to focus on where I'm walking and not look off either side. Now here comes the edge. This is gonna be the sketchy bit. See how this goes. Send it. Survived, level achieved, moving on. God, I love that car. That car's so sweet. All right, well, I suppose I have a bill to pay. Connolly's, as usual. Wonderful service, great people. Ryan was right there at the end, so I got to talk to him for a couple minutes. I know a lot of Ryans. But anyway, Connolly Ryans was here. He's actually the one backing the car out, like when you saw the clip of it backing out of the garage. That was him. Love coming here, great guys, always very honest, very quick, and very, very good work. So if you need any exhaust done for anything, and they're not paying me to say this at all. I pay their full prices every single time. But if you ever need anything done to your exhaust in the Peterborough area, Connolly's Minute Muffler. I'll put the link in the description. All right, Casper, let's go. And so I guess the exhaust got rerouted so it wasn't rubbing the gas tank, so hopefully it wouldn't vibrate. So let's hope that's the case. I'm really excited if it's not gonna vibrate anymore, because it would rattle this whole interior area back there. So if it's not gonna do that anymore, that's gonna be sweet. No vibration. Wow, that's awesome. I'm sure the camera's not picking it up because it probably never picked up the vibration originally, but yeah, the vibration's gone. That's awesome. Now it's just sound, and the little bit of raspiness from the old gasket going bad is gone as well. So the car is back to exactly where it needs to be, which I always expected them to be able to do that, but oh, that's awesome that it's back to what it should be now. That's great. I'm happy if you can't tell. It's not rattling or nothing. It's just back to smooth Yamaha engine. Man, you never realize how annoying something was like that rattle until it goes away and you're like, holy crap, I put up with that for how long? Viper. Love me a Viper. All right, but anyway, on to the next thing. Now that we've got the exhaust sorted out and it sounds really good, now let's talk about the continuation of the GTS-R build because we've had some big setbacks. All right, let's see how obnoxious these prices are. Ouch, $189, even Costco prices hurt. But look at the price of gas. I used to complain about it when it was $142, now we're at $190. Like, yeesh. Remember in the middle of the pandemic, I remember I filled up my black Celica for 59 cents a liter. I think that was the lowest I saw it during the pandemic. Something sounded good. Oh no, never mind. No, it didn't. There's the Micra, the mighty Micra. We should definitely twin supercharge that.